At times she can be a bit overbearing.
How so?
I mean, she's always trying to be a big part of and I appreciate that. I want her to be part of my life, but sometimes I need to figure things out for myself. She never liked my boyfriends. She would always come over and interview them and be rude to them.
All right. Let me get back to you, Ms. Mahomes. So tell me about the wedding dress. What was happening there?
The wedding dress is an heirloom, a family heirloom. I got married in it to my dear, lovely past husband, Kevin, may he rest in peace. So it was so special to me to be able to have
Do you have children?
I don't. I only have sons, no daughters.
Okay, those are children. All right, you don't have daughters.
Let me
Well, I hope your sons aren't watching. That's all I got to say. All right, so you find out that she tells you she's getting married?
Yes.
Did you like the boyfriend? Had you met him?
He was all right. He was okay. I mean, my niece is such quality. She's such a quality person. Character.
No one's good enough for her.
No one's. There are people. There are men who are good for her, but she doesn't strive to reach that level. She's always selling herself short, in my eyes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Would you say that a lot?
Yeah, I would tell her. Yeah, honey, you could do better.
So she tells you she's marrying this boy, and you say what?
I said, really?
Really?
First,
that's what you said? You didn't say congratulations?
Well, first I met him at a Thanksgiving dinner, and at the dinner I was already, I thought they were just going out. I didn't think it was going to turn into a wedding the next time I met both of them. Well, the next time we had dinner together, she's wearing a ring, and they're setting up a wedding date.
Okay.
So at that point...
Without consulting you?
Without consulting me.
My goodness.
She consulted me, but she really didn't want to hear it. So I didn't say anything unless she...
Has your friend, her mom, ever said to you, you need to back off?
No.
Okay.
We've been best friends for years.
Okay, so go on. So now you're accepting it. She's getting married, and you offer her your dress.
This gorgeous dress. It's a vintage dress. Who doesn't like vintage these days? You know how expensive a vintage dress is? The threading, the ornate.
Depends on the dress, really.
The lame.
Okay, so let me see. Do you have a picture of it before it was altered?
Your Honor,
Hold on. Do you have a picture of it before it was altered?
I don't have a picture. But my niece does.
Oh, let's count on her to give you your evidence. All right, so you hand the picture to my bailiff, please. So you tell me how you broach her on the dress.
I said, darling, you're getting married, and this is something very special I'd like to share with you, and I'd love for you to be able to wear my wedding dress.
Okay.
And my mother wore this wedding dress, and and you would look gorgeous in it.
Okay, so that's how the dress looked when you handed it to her. But you gave it to her as a gift, right?
Under the conditions, I gave it to her as a gift under the conditions that she would alter the neckline and the sleeves. That was it.
Okay, so slow down. When you offered it to her, did she say, "Oh, that's great, I love it," or did she say,
"No"? She didn't want it. She didn't want it.
She made it clear to you she didn't want it.
She said I didn't want it. So I thought I'd sweeten up the pot a little bit, and I said, you know what? I will give you $750 to alter the dress to any design you want to make it your own.
Okay, that's super nice, but I can't help but notice that you're in court.
Right. Because
ruining the entire thing. So I'm trying to understand.
I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay.
So she goes to have it altered, comes back, says, it doesn't work for me.
Tell me your exact words to her about this.
I said to her, actually, I'll send you the dress and some money so you can alter it.
Are you reading text?
I'm reading the text, and I have this for you.
And some money so you can alter it?
Yes.
It's up to her how she alters it, right?
What stands out right away is that this is not about the dress at all. This is about legacy and control. If she said she didn't want the dress, why keep pushing it? And why did the defendant take the money if she really didn't want it? Those are all valid things to think about, except the aunt didn't just offer the dress. She escalated the offer when she got resistance. Take the dress, you can alter it, here's $750. So the pattern is when the no isn't accepted, the offer gets sweeter until it turns into pressure. She wasn't really offering it as a gift, she was offering it as an expectation. Her mom wore it, she wanted her to wear it, meaning I want you to carry this forward, which is equal to emotional weight, not just fabric. And it matters that the defendant communicated early that she really didn't want the dress, but the fact that she said yes later points to that she says no but gives in later to avoid conflict. And that's when the aunt thinks that it is agreed and the defendant still doesn't truly want the dress. With the $750 being introduced, that changes the dynamic because what was originally a gift has now turned into a transaction. Now the aunt feels entitled to a result and the defendant feels obligated but still resistant. So our biggest patterns we're seeing so far, the aunt gives in a way that creates obligation and the defendant agrees in a way that avoids confrontation, which we can see here almost always results in conflict. Let's keep going.
What is this about the little neck and the little sleeves? Why were you
we had agreed that when she tried it on that the neck and the sleeves were a little bit off. So that's what under our agreement, I said, okay, so you adjust it, bring it to any alterations wherever you want, but that $750 is for your dress. So she doesn't correspond with me, nothing. I get to the wedding, sit down, I'm a guest. She comes down, here comes the bride, and she's not wearing the dress. The dress is nowhere to be found.
She's wearing a
completely different dress.
Well, where'd she get that dress? You think she picked it out?
She used my money from the alteration.
Did she pick out her own dress for her own wedding?
That I wanted.
With my money.
Okay.
With the alterations money, she went and bought that dress. She paid $500 that was left after the alterations for that dress.
Let me ask you a question, Ms. Ketterman. You've known her all your life. How did you think it was going to go to not be wearing the dress she was shoving down your throat all of this time?
I'll be frank, I knew she was going to be angry.
Why didn't you just tell her so that you could get it out of the way?
Honestly, I'm planning a wedding. I don't have time to be thinking, oh, what's Aunt Esther going to think? Let me text Aunt Esther. Let me hear this.
Stop a second. But it takes 2 seconds to just tell her that.
Well, no, because then I knew she'd bombard me with calls, as she did when I was on my honeymoon. She wouldn't leave me alone. She would be like, oh, wear this dress. It's my wedding.
I bombarded you.
Block her while you're on your honeymoon, then.
I didn't want her to be upset.
Did you use her money to buy the dress you did wear?
Yes, I did. She gifted me a dress. She said I could alter it. I did that. I tried. It didn't. I mean, if you look at the dress,
look at the dress now. It's
not my
but
style.
Look at the dress now is not something you have a right to say, because she could have altered it into
absolutely
like a stripper costume, and you wouldn't have the slightest say in anything.
That's true.
You were letting her have $750 to alter it. Her objection is that you didn't use the $750 to alter it. You used $250 to alter it, didn't like it, gave up on it, and then went your own way and bought something with it. And your answer to that is, it was a gift and I can spend it any way I want.
Actually, Your Honor, may I present this evidence, please?
Yeah. What is this?
These are texts in which she was instructing me on what kind of cake to have at my wedding. I said, Michael loves coconut, so I think we're going to do some kind of coconut cake. And she said, oh, no, you know I'm allergic. I don't know about that. I agreed not to have the cake.
What is wrong with you? Why would you agree not to have the cake your husband wants at your husband's wedding?
I mean, this is my aunt.
But maybe we can have some plain cupcakes or something. You can just avoid the coconut cake. Oh, but I just wouldn't feel safe. What if someone has the cake and then kisses me on the cheek? Next thing you know, your wedding turns into my funeral.
My death.
You're a little dramatic, don't you think?
You see, it's a bit ridiculous.
It is, but why aren't you setting boundaries? She's bringing me a legal issue. I'm not here to decide if she's pushy, because God knows she is. I'm not here to decide if, she's manipulating you, because she is, but you're letting her. What I'm here to decide is, did she give you $750 for a specific purpose and you took $500 and used it for something else? In other words, if she had never offered you to dress, you would have had to pay $500 for a wedding dress, right?
She offered me that money and that dress to help me find a dress for my wedding day. I thought with the level of involvement that she wanted in my wedding, it would make her happy to help me purchase a used dress that I actually loved and felt comfortable in. And I have this photo. Could I?
What did she do? Let me see the dress you actually wore.
See, this is a dress that I loved and that I was comfortable in, rather than be upset that I'm wearing some old dress. I wore the veil that she gave me. It didn't match the color, but I wanted her to be happy, so I wore the veil, but I picked out my own dress because it's my wedding.
When she offers you the dress, so what do you think of the dress? Beautiful, huh? And Esther, I really appreciate you offering me the dress, but I just don't think it's my style. I want to pick my own dress. Not your style, question mark, question mark. What's wrong with it, question mark? Isn't vintage all the rage now? Question mark. I think it's a little too vintage. How about this? I'll send you the dress and some money so you can alter it how you like. Then will you take it? Yeah, that sounds all right. Send it over. I'll see what I can do.
And I used the money to alter it, how we discussed.
And
clearly,
then you used it how you like, which is to buy the other one. I mean, I know you meant well and you wanted her to use a dress, but for the love of all that's holy, you can't let her have her day?
The new pattern emerging here is deeper escalation on both sides. The aunt, offer, push, sweeten, control the details. Dress, cake, etc. So she is trying to use her generosity to gain influence. And once the dress and the money is accepted, she moves from offering help to directing decisions. Then there's the defendant's pattern. Says no, gives in, hides, avoids, and then acts later. The pattern is going from conflict avoidance into deception. Because she didn't just avoid the aunt, she avoided the truth. Because she didn't say she hated the dress, she didn't say she bought another dress, and she didn't say she used the money differently. The wedding reveal is the key moment. She didn't tell her before because she knew the reaction. That tells you she expected the pushback, she didn't want to deal with it, and she delayed the conflict until it was irreversible. The $750 still being the turning point, the aunt seeing it as conditional help, and the defendant seeing it as unconditional money. And the cake situation matters more than it looks because she gave up the cake her husband wanted to manage her aunt. And that shows the aunt's influence was already shaping the decisions, and the defendant was bending to avoid conflict. So the pattern of the aunt is over-inserting and the defendant over accommodating. So when one person thinks, I'll just push a little more, and the other person thinks, I'll just go along to keep the peace, you know that combo is obviously going to explode. Let's keep going.
Did her mother call you at all?
No.
Oh my God.
She agrees with me.
She agrees with you that you should sue her daughter over her wedding dress?
Her mother and I always see things eye to eye. What am I going to do with that dress now? It looks better according to you. I don't think it looks better.
Well,
I think
it's
it looks
my wedding.
Right, but it's her wedding, and you told her she could alter it any way she wanted, and your big complaint is that she altered it any way she wanted.
She didn't alter it. She ripped it up into pieces. It even has stains on it. It has little brown stains on it. She didn't care about it. When you care about somebody's...
Didn't you give it to her as a gift?
Yes, under the condition she'd wear it. This is not worn.
Your gifts come with a lot of strings.
Only under this.
It's her wedding. She doesn't get to pick her dress at her wedding?
She can gladly pick a dress. Don't tell me yes, and then say $250, and then she also says to me,
Can I ask you something about the coconut cake? Are you seriously telling the bride that her husband's choice of cake at his wedding doesn't work for you?
Yes. What's wrong with that?
When you go to people's weddings, do you call them to find out what cake they're having?
Sometimes I do, yes. I do.
Listen to me. You have to make a choice in your life, okay? There are some people who are like Aunt Esther. And there are some people in this world who would kill to have an Aunt Esther. Just for the yucks, you know? But if you want Aunt Esther in your life, you are a grown woman now, and you have got to draw the boundaries for Aunt Esther, because Esther's not going to draw her own boundaries. Inability to set a boundary is what led to this. Like, if I was in your shoes, I would have just called her and said, listen, I have altered the dress. I still don't like it. I'm going to use the rest of the money to buy a dress, because now we're 3 days from the wedding or whatever,
and then
3 weeks
days
or whatever.
before the wedding, I have her calling me all the time, calling my mother, showing up to my door, knocking on my... It's not like she lives far.
Okay, then seriously, she can't be a part of your life. If that's how she is, and she's going to come to your door on the day before your wedding demanding to... And then she's just nuts, and she can't be a part of your new life. It's one or the other. Do you want to be a part of her life?
I'm so deeply hurt right now.
Yeah, I know, but how are you going to feel next week?
I don't know. Of course I want to be a part of it.
I know that, okay? Because I know that all of this comes from this crazy place of love, which is really needs...
Deep love.
Yes, deep love, a little too deep. It's like a knife cut, how deep it is. You don't think about how your wants affect the other person. You don't think about the fact that this is her wedding, and now she has to think about you and your stress and your coconut distaste and all the other things. You've got to think of it. If you listen, a little less, you talk a little more, you listen, all right? If you love someone, then you take into account their feelings too. And it sounds like you so wanted a daughter that you just wanted to control this wedding in a way that really isn't your place of control. And I really am stunned. Your mom needs to woman up a little around here, because your mom shouldn't have let this get this far. okay? Because she's the link between the two of you, and she's going like this. You also have to woman up yourself. If someone is toxic in your life, you need to just X them out. And if you don't want to X them out, then you need to find that happy place where she respects your boundaries. If you set a boundary and then said, I'm not talking to you until you respect my boundary, she strikes me as the kind of person who would then come back because she just can't be without you, you know? So I don't know, and I don't care, because I'm done with you guys once I rule. But this is the kind of thing that you want to think about. You can't let someone hijack your wedding, which you didn't, and I'm glad you didn't. You know, you showed, you know, some fortitude there. But you must have been like really nervous coming down the aisle, knowing that she was going to see for the first time that you were so you kind of did let someone hijack your wedding, right? Because you were too afraid to speak and communicate. Okay?
Honestly,
communication involves putting her in her place and setting a boundary. And it would have gone a lot better for everybody had you done that. But you live and you learn. As far as this case is concerned, I am not ordering her to return a penny of the $750. That was a gift you gave her for taking the dress, which she did.
Well, I agree with the ruling. I think it's great. Maybe this will teach the aunt to learn how to self-reflect and have consideration for other people. Maybe this will teach the defendant to learn how to communicate instead of peace keep, stay silent, and then blow up. Our big life lesson here. If you accept something you don't actually want, you're not avoiding conflict, you're postponing it. And when you give something expecting control in return, that is not generosity. That is a silent contract that the other person didn't actually agree to. So do better. Release control. If it's not a gift, tell the conditions up front. If you don't want something, don't accept it to keep the peace. So go ahead and say the hard thing early so you don't have to deal with a bigger problem later. And my final question to you, was this really about the dress or about control from the start? Put it in the comments below. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to like, follow, and share, and I will see you again soon.